let's be honest, true, most people know what they should do. You know you should eat healthier. You know you should save and invest. You know you should move your body and make that call, work on that project. Knowledge isn't the problem is execution. The gap between what we know and what we actually do is enormous. And the reason isn't laziness or lack of discipline. It's state. Your emotional state is the fuel behind every habit you build or fail to build. Because you can have the best strategy in the world, but if you're in a lousy state, exhausted, discouraged, stressed, you're not going to follow through. You might force yourself for a while with willpower, but willpower runs out. It's like a muscle, it fatigues. State is different. When you shift your state and you shift your energy, and when your energy changes, your habits follow. Think about the times in your life when you felt unstoppable. Maybe you were excited about a new goal in love or just fired up about a vision for the future. In that state, was it hard to take action? No. And you didn't have to push yourself. The action flowed naturally. On the flip side, think about when you were stressed or depressed, and even the simplest tasks felt overwhelming. Same person, same knowledge, same potential. The only difference was state. Here's the mistake most people make. They try to change their habits without first changing their state. They say, I'm going to work out every day. But they associate exercise with pain, effort, or struggle. They try to keep healthy, but in their minds, healthy equals boring or restrictive. They want to save money, but they link saving with deprivation instead of freedom. So the habit becomes a battle, and eventually they lose. The truth is, emotion drives behavior more than logic ever will. If you want lasting habits, you've got to attach them to empowering emotions. You've got to make them pleasurable, meaningful, and aligned with your identity. Otherwise, you'll sabotage yourself every time. Here's how it works first. You prime your state. Motion creates emotion. If you change your physiology, the way you move, breathe, stand, you change your state instantly. That's why when I walk on stage, I don't just stroll out. I explode with energy. I'm conditioning my nervous system to be in peak state so I can give everything. You can do the same. You want to make a habit stick. Don't just sit there and hope. Change your body, change your breath, change your focus. Prime yourself before you step into the action. Second, you've got to link the habit to your identity. Instead of saying, I'm trying to work out, say, I'm an athlete. Instead of, I'm trying to save money, say, I'm an investor. Identity is the strongest force in human behavior, and you will always act in alignment with who you believe you are. The moment you shift identity and your habits stop being chores and start becoming natural expressions of your best self. Third, you need leverage, both pain and pleasure. If you don't change, what will it cost you? Not just today, but 5, 10 years from now. Get vivid, feel it. On the flip side, if you follow through, how will your life expand? What freedom, what pride, what joy will you experience? Your brain moves toward pleasure and away from pain. Use that wiring to your advantage. And finally, consistency comes from celebrating progress, not perfection. Too many people quit because they miss a day and they turn it into a story. See, I can't stick to anything. That's nonsense. Missing one day doesn't define you. What defines you is how quickly you get back on track. Build the habit of celebrating small wins and the momentum will compound. The bigger picture is this, and extraordinary results don't come from doing extraordinary things once in a while. They come from doing ordinary things consistently, fueled by an extraordinary state. So let me challenge you the next time you find yourself saying, I know what I need to do, but I just can't seem to do it. Stop blaming discipline. Stop blaming time. Check your state, shift your physiology, shift your focus, attach the habit to your identity, link it with powerful emotions. Because once you do, action stops being a struggle and starts becoming natural. The secret isn't just building habits. The secret is fueling them with the right state. And when you master your state, you don't just change your behavior, you change your destiny.